out the civil society position. Yeah, I think I would give maybe one. Summons have been issued, and from September, confirmation of charges hearings are beginning. The court is testing the weight of the evidence available. So from the court side, there is already evidence that actually we are now doing the confirmation of charges hearings. From the government side, nothing was done, and what happened is when then the court issued summons, the government challenged the admissibility of the cases. In doing that, the government collected data like from various police stations. Some records were annexed as part of government's application. When that failed in stopping the matter, the government is going further to appeal. So for me, it is a false attempt on the side of the government to try and stop the ICC proceedings. The government is seriously interested in prosecuting perpetrators of the post-election violence. What has happened to the prosecution of the other suspect? The court is only narrowing down on those who bear the greatest responsibility. Is the government trying to pass the same message that for the entire violence that occurred post the election, it is only 6 people who are the suspects? And the court made a decision not to give the government the evidence it had obtained. And the reasoning is quite clear. If this is a government that has failed to do something concerning the particular crimes, the court has moved in and investigated. If you disclose the evidence you have against the 6 and against other people who may have been mentioned, 1, you are putting the victims at risk. 2, you are putting witnesses at risk. 3, you are only empowering that government to do or to challenge the admissibility of cases. Yet on its own, the government has not done anything. So when you are talking about victims, IDPs form a core group of that victims, both those who are in camps and those who are displaced but got integrated with their communities. When the government is saying that we stop the ICC process because we are already conducting our investigations, what the government is doing is delaying justice, making the pain for even those who suffered harm more greater. Rather than focusing efforts on stopping the ICC process, which at the initial stage the admissibility challenge had collapsed, the government, for the benefit of the victims, would 1, proceed to identify then the other suspects. 2, work on mechanisms of restoring the dignity and the livelihoods of those who suffered harm. Those who are displaced, work on resettlement to focus on return. Those who lost property, to government to work on restoration of property, reparations of those who lost property and suffered harm, and other psychosocial support for victims who suffered various kinds of harm. If that is not going on to the satisfaction of the victims, and those are things that are within the ability of the government, yet the government is proceeding to move the court to stop the process. From the view of the victims, it is ridiculous, and it's like the government views already identified suspects as the victims and forgetting about those who actually suffered harm from the crimes that were committed. And the faster the government also embarks on processes that will help the urgent needs of the victims, it would be better for the country and the healing process. The country needs to heal and move on. Those who bear criminal responsibility need to be punished for those crimes, and those who suffered harm need to rebuild their lives and to work on cohesion in the society. If these are delayed further, courtesy of government's action, I think the government is not working in the best interest of the Kenyan.